Have you ever wondered why some people stay calm in chaos, while others crumble under pressure? Why do certain individuals turn obstacles into opportunities, while others see only defeat? What if I told you that mastering your mind is the key to mastering your life? If you're ready to take control of your thoughts, emotions, and actions, then stay with us. Today, we'll uncover the 7 principles of mental discipline rooted in Stoic philosophy. Powerful strategies that will help you build unshakable inner strength. Before we begin, if you find value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support allows us to keep bringing you insightful content on self-improvement. Now, let's dive in. 1. What is mental discipline? Mental discipline is not about suppressing emotions or becoming indifferent to life. Instead, it's about setting internal rules that guide your mind and actions, ensuring that external chaos doesn't disturb your inner peace. Imagine having a mental fortress where your thoughts and emotions are trained to serve you rather than control you. Mental discipline enables you to act with intention rather than being driven by impulses or fleeting emotions. It is the ability to maintain composure in difficult situations, to resist distractions, and to cultivate habits that lead to a productive and fulfilling life. Those who possess mental discipline are not enslaved by their desires or fears. Instead, they navigate life with a sense of purpose and clarity. In a world filled with constant noise, stress, and external pressures, mental discipline acts as a filter, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. This self-mastery is not achieved overnight. It requires consistent practice, self-awareness, and a commitment to personal growth. But once cultivated, it becomes a powerful tool that influences all aspects of your life, your career, relationships, and overall well-being. Developing mental discipline starts with self-awareness. You must first recognize the moments when you lose control of your emotions or allow external events to dictate your mental state. This process involves analyzing your thought patterns, understanding your triggers, and consciously choosing how you respond. Without awareness, it is easy to fall into automatic reactions that do not serve your best interests. Another essential element of mental discipline is delayed gratification. Many of life's greatest rewards come not from instant pleasure, but from sustained effort and patience. Training yourself to resist short-term temptations in favor of long-term goals is a hallmark of a disciplined mind. Whether it's maintaining a healthy lifestyle, improving a skill, or working towards career success, your ability to stay committed in the face of distractions will determine your outcomes. 2. Mastering your thoughts. The Stoics believe that our suffering isn't caused by external events, but by how we interpret them. 2 people can experience the same situation, yet one is devastated while the other remains composed. Why? Because the mind assigns meaning to events. If you can control your thoughts, you control your reality. Instead of reacting emotionally, pause and ask yourself, is this truly bad, or is it my perception making it so? Mastering your thoughts requires a shift in perspective. It means recognizing that your emotions are often responses to interpretations rather than facts. For example, if someone criticizes your work, you might immediately feel hurt or defensive. However, if you take a step back and analyze the situation, you might see that the criticism is constructive and an opportunity for growth. By controlling how you perceive the event, you change your response to it. This level of control is developed through mindfulness and self-reflection. Practices such as meditation, journaling, and cognitive reframing can help you become more aware of your thought patterns. Instead of allowing negative thoughts to spiral out of control, you learn to question their validity and replace them with more rational and empowering beliefs. One effective method is the observer mindset. Imagine that your thoughts are like clouds passing in the sky. You acknowledge them, but you do not have to become attached to them. This detachment allows you to choose which thoughts to entertain and which to let go. Over time, this practice strengthens your ability to remain calm and focused, even in the face of adversity. Additionally, cultivating mental discipline involves training your mind to focus on solutions rather than problems. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, ask yourself what can be learned and how you can improve. This shift in mindset fosters resilience and a proactive approach to life. Another powerful technique in mastering your thoughts is visualization. Many elite performers, from athletes to entrepreneurs, use visualization to shape their mental state and prepare for challenges. By regularly picturing yourself succeeding in difficult situations, you reinforce a belief that you are capable of handling adversity with grace and confidence. A disciplined mind also understands the importance of mental detoxification. Just as you cleanse your body from harmful substances, it is crucial to eliminate toxic thoughts, negative influences, and self-defeating beliefs. Surrounding yourself with positive, growth-oriented environments helps reinforce constructive thinking patterns and encourages a mindset of abundance rather than limitation. Finally, practicing gratitude is a simple yet effective way to reshape your mental habits. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you naturally develop a more positive and disciplined outlook on life. Keeping a gratitude journal or taking a few moments each day to reflect on your blessings can significantly impact your emotional well-being and mental strength. In essence, mastering your thoughts is about taking control of your mental narrative. It is the key to emotional stability, personal growth, and a more fulfilling life. When you learn to govern your thoughts, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering and empower yourself to live with purpose and confidence. By consistently practicing mental discipline, you build a foundation for a life of inner peace, resilience, and lasting success. 3. Emotional discipline, the power of pause. Emotions are like waves. They rise, peak, and eventually fade. But when we react impulsively, we make decisions based on temporary feelings rather than long-term wisdom. The ability to pause before responding to an emotional trigger is one of the most valuable skills a person can develop. True strength lies in restraint, not in unchecked reaction. The science behind emotional discipline. Our brains are wired for survival, and when faced with stress, anger, or fear, the amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for processing emotions, takes charge. This reaction, often referred to as a fight or flight response, is useful in life-threatening situations, but can be detrimental in everyday interactions. The key to emotional discipline is activating the prefrontal cortex, the rational part of the brain, before reacting impulsively. When we pause, even for a few seconds, we give our brain a chance to shift from emotional reactivity to logical reasoning. This pause allows us to analyze the situation, consider the consequences of our response, and choose a more measured approach. The power of the pause in real life. Consider a heated argument with a loved one. In the heat of the moment, hurtful words can be spoken that, once released, cannot be taken back. However, if one party takes a moment to breathe deeply and step away from the emotional surge, they gain clarity. That brief pause can prevent unnecessary conflict, strengthen relationships, and promote understanding rather than resentment. The same principle applies in the workplace. A manager who immediately responds to an employee's mistake with anger may damage morale and trust. However, a leader who pauses, assesses the situation calmly, and provides constructive feedback fosters a healthier work environment. Emotional discipline does not mean suppressing emotions. Rather, it means acknowledging them and responding in a way that aligns with long-term goals. Techniques to strengthen emotional discipline. Deep breathing. Taking slow, deep breaths can signal the nervous system to relax. A simple technique is the 4-7-8 breathing method. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, and exhale for 8 seconds. Mindfulness and meditation. Practicing mindfulness helps increase self-awareness and emotional control. Regular meditation trains a mind to observe emotions without immediately reacting to them. Reframing the situation. When faced with an emotional trigger, ask yourself, will this matter in a week, a month, a year? This perspective shift can reduce the intensity of emotional reactions. Physical movement. Walking away from a stressful situation, stretching, or engaging in light exercise can help dissipate the emotional charge before responding. Journaling. Writing down emotions before acting on them can provide clarity and prevent impulsive decisions. Emotional strength through restraint. Pausing before reacting is not a sign of weakness, but of immense inner strength. Emotional discipline fosters better decision-making, improved relationships, and overall mental well-being. The ability to regulate emotions rather than being controlled by them transforms frustration into patience, anger into understanding, and impulsivity into wisdom. The next time frustration or anger arises, take a deep breath. Give yourself the gift of space before responding. In that moment of stillness, You reclaim your power, demonstrating that true mastery over oneself comes from restraint, not reaction. For the impact of small, disciplined actions. A single choice may seem insignificant, but repeated small actions create massive transformation. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, patience over irritation, or effort over avoidance, you are building the foundation of inner strength. Mental discipline isn't built overnight. It's cultivated through daily decisions. Consider the power of compounding. In finance, compounding interest is often seen as one of the most powerful forces for wealth accumulation. Similarly, in personal growth, small yet consistent disciplined actions generate profound results over time. If you commit to reading 10 pages of a book each day, by the end of the year, you will have completed several books, each filled with knowledge that enriches your mind. If you exercise for just 30 minutes daily, your health and fitness levels will improve significantly over months and years. The same principle applies to developing mental strength. Consistent, disciplined choices shape your character and resilience. Imagine a person training for a marathon. They do not begin by running 26 miles in a day. Instead, they start with small, manageable distances, gradually increasing their endurance. Similarly, discipline grows stronger with consistent practice. Choosing to wake up early, to complete a task despite distractions, or to speak with kindness even when frustrated. All these small choices accumulate to define your character. A critical aspect of developing discipline is overcoming the initial resistance to action. Often, the hardest part of any productive task is starting it. However, once you begin, momentum carries you forward. This is why routines and habits are essential. They reduce the mental burden of decision-making and create a structure that fosters consistency. When discipline becomes a habit, it requires less effort to maintain, allowing you to focus your energy on growth and improvement. In contrast, neglecting small acts of discipline has an equally powerful but negative effect. Choosing comfort over challenge, distraction over focus, or procrastination over action may seem harmless in the moment, but these choices accumulate over time, leading to stagnation and regret. The key to a successful and fulfilling life lies in mastering small, disciplined actions consistently. Each decision you make either strengthens or weakens your self-discipline. The more you practice making disciplined choices, the easier they become. Over time, what once felt like an effort becomes second nature. When faced with difficult decisions, you'll find yourself naturally inclined to choose a path of discipline, simply because you have trained yourself to do so. This shift in mindset is what leads to transformation. Ultimately, the impact of small, disciplined actions cannot be overstated. By making intentional choices every day, you cultivate a mindset of perseverance, resilience, and success. It is not one grand gesture, but rather the accumulation of small, consistent efforts that leads to extraordinary results. 5. Embracing challenges as growth opportunities. Avoiding difficulties weakens resilience. When you face struggles head-on, you develop the mental toughness needed for success. Instead of fearing hardship, embrace it as a test, a chance to refine your character. Each obstacle overcome is another step toward becoming unshakable. Challenges are an inevitable part of life. They come in many forms: personal struggles, professional setbacks, emotional hardships, and unexpected obstacles. While it may be tempting to avoid discomfort and seek an easier path, true growth occurs when you confront difficulties directly. The greatest achievers in history did not reach success by avoiding challenges. Rather, they thrived because they learned to embrace them. Take, for example, the story of Thomas Edison. He failed thousands of times before successfully inventing the light bulb. Rather than viewing each failure as a reason to quit, he saw them as lessons, stepping stones toward innovation. His unwavering perseverance exemplifies how challenges, when approached with the right mindset, serve as opportunities for learning and improvement. When you encounter obstacles, your perspective determines how you respond. If you view challenges as burdens, you may feel overwhelmed and discouraged. However, if you see them as opportunities to learn and grow, you shift your mindset from one of defeat to one of empowerment. Each challenge presents a chance to develop new skills, gain wisdom, and build resilience. Resilience is not a trait people are simply born with. It is developed through experience. Just as muscles grow stronger through resistance training, mental resilience strengthens when you endure and overcome difficulties. Each time you push through adversity, you expand your capacity to handle future challenges with greater ease and confidence. Moreover, challenges serve as catalysts for self-discovery. They reveal your true strengths, expose areas for improvement, and force you to adapt in ways you never imagined. When faced with uncertainty, you learn to trust yourself, develop problem-solving skills, and cultivate a sense of inner fortitude. In this way, obstacles become powerful tools for personal growth. A key strategy for embracing challenges is shifting your focus from fear to curiosity. Instead of dreading difficulties, ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? How can I use this challenge to become stronger? By adopting a growth-oriented mindset, you transform hardships into stepping stones for progress. Another essential component is perseverance. Success rarely comes without setbacks, and those who achieve greatness are often those who refuse to give up. When facing obstacles, remind yourself that struggles are temporary, but the strength gained from overcoming them lasts a lifetime. Embrace setbacks as part of the journey rather than as signs of failure. Additionally, surrounding yourself with supportive and like-minded individuals can provide encouragement during challenging times. Seeking guidance from mentors, learning from others' experiences, and staying connected with a strong support system can help you navigate difficulties with greater resilience and determination. Ultimately, challenges are not roadblocks, they are stepping stones. They shape your character, refine your abilities, and prepare you for greater success. The more you embrace difficulties with a positive and determined mindset, the more you will grow into a stronger, wiser, and more unshakable individual. In the end, it is not the absence of challenges that defines success, but rather the ability to face them with courage and perseverance. 6. Daily practices for mental discipline. Mental discipline isn't something you think about once and forget. It's a daily practice, a conscious effort to train your mind to stay focused, resilient, and in control of your actions. Just like physical strength, mental strength requires consistent exercise. Here are 2 simple yet powerful exercises that can help cultivate mental discipline in your everyday life. Journaling, the art of self-reflection. Journaling is more than just writing down your thoughts. It is a method of self-accountability and mental training. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to reflect on your actions and experiences. Write down the moments where you succeeded in maintaining discipline. Perhaps you resisted the urge to procrastinate, controlled an emotional reaction, or stuck to a difficult task despite distractions. Acknowledge these victories, no matter how small, because they reinforce positive behavior. Then, examine the moments where you could have done better. Did you give in to distraction? Did you allow negative emotions to control your reactions? Writing about these instances with honesty helps to strengthen your self-awareness and pinpoint areas for growth. By regularly engaging in this practice, you train your mind to recognize patterns, build self-control, and make conscious improvements. Journaling also helps declutter your thoughts. When emotions run high, writing provides a safe space to process them rationally. Over time, this practice nurtures emotional intelligence, making it easier to handle stressful situations with composure and clarity. Micro-challenges. Training the mind to embrace discomfort. Discipline thrives in adversity. To train your mind to resist comfort and embrace growth, incorporate micro-challenges into your daily routine. These are small, deliberate acts that push you slightly out of your comfort zone, but are manageable enough to complete consistently. For example, taking a cold shower forces you to confront discomfort head-on. It conditions your mind to endure temporary hardship without retreating into comfort-seeking behaviors. Similarly, avoiding social media for an hour or more strengthens your ability to resist distractions, improving focus and self-control. Other micro-challenges include waking up early without hitting snooze, fasting for a few hours longer than usual, or taking the stairs instead of the elevator. These small tests, though seemingly insignificant, accumulate into a stronger willpower over time. The more you engage in controlled challenges, the better prepared you are to handle larger adversities in life. The key is consistency. Mental discipline isn't built in a day. It is forged through repeated exposure to discomfort and conscious effort to overcome it. By incorporating these daily exercises into your life, You gradually build resilience, self-control, and an unshakable mindset. 7. Inner growth, a lifelong journey. There is no final destination in self-improvement. Unlike physical goals, where one might achieve a certain level of strength or fitness, mental discipline, and inner growth are continuous processes. Every day presents new challenges, new opportunities to refine your thoughts, master your emotions, and strengthen your willpower. The journey never ends, but with each step, you gain more control over your destiny. Embracing the process, not the outcome. One of the biggest traps in personal development is a fixation on an endpoint. Thinking that once you reach a certain level of discipline, happiness, or success, the work is over. However, true inner growth isn't about reaching a final destination. It's about learning to embrace the journey itself. Every obstacle, every moment of discomfort, and every setback is an opportunity to grow stronger. By shifting your focus from outcomes to daily progress, you cultivate a mindset of continuous improvement. Instead of saying, I will be disciplined once I reach this goal, train yourself to think, I am disciplined because I show up and improve daily. This subtle shift changes how you approach challenges, making you more resilient and adaptable, developing mental agility and adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and true mental discipline involves the ability to adapt without losing control. While rigid discipline can be helpful, true mastery comes from knowing when to be flexible. For example, if you have a strict morning routine but an emergency arises, do you let the disruption ruin your day, or do you adjust with composure? Mental agility allows you to remain disciplined without becoming rigid. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control external events, but we can control our responses. By practicing adaptability, we strengthen our ability to maintain discipline under varying circumstances. This means developing a mindset that remains steady regardless of external conditions, whether you are experiencing success, failure, comfort, or hardship. Lifelong learning and refinement. The most disciplined minds are those that never stop learning. Read, listen to insightful discussions, and seek wisdom from those who have mastered self-control and personal growth. Learning should not be confined to formal education or a specific period in life. It should be a continuous pursuit. Beyond acquiring knowledge, apply what you learn. Experiment with different techniques to enhance discipline, challenge your beliefs, and refine your approach. Growth is not just about knowing more, but about applying wisdom to shape your thoughts and actions. Finding purpose in the discipline. A disciplined mind is not just about control, it's about purpose. Why do you seek discipline? Is it to build a strong character? To achieve success? To lead a meaningful life? When you have a clear purpose behind your self-discipline, it becomes easier to stay committed. The why behind your efforts provides motivation during difficult times. Recognize that mental discipline is not a burden. It is a gift. It grants you the power to navigate life with clarity, strength, and peace of mind. The journey never ends, but the reward is found in each step taken with intention and awareness. By embracing the lifelong journey of self-mastery, you gain more than just control over your actions. You gain the ability to shape your own destiny. Mastering mental discipline is a lifelong journey, not a one-time achievement. Every challenge you face, every small decision you make, and every moment of self-restraint strengthens your inner resolve. The more you train your mind to stay focused, resilient, and adaptable, the more control you gain over your destiny. Remember, true discipline isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about showing up every day, choosing growth over comfort, and staying committed to becoming the best version of yourself. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us continue creating content that empowers and inspires. And if you have any thoughts or personal experiences about mental discipline, drop them in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay strong, stay focused, and keep mastering your mind.